Coméntenos desde dónde nos están siguiendo, así les mandamos desde diferentes partes del mundo saludos a Dafi. I'm asking all the people from what cities around the world you are watching this, and you can share your message to Dafi. So Dafi, tell us a little about how was that you get into the Fauda cast before playing as Hagit.
How did I get the part?
Yes.
Actually, like every part in the cinema or in the TV, I did an audition. Actually, I did a few auditions.
Wow.
But not to Hagit's role, to another role. And eventually I just got Hagit's role after, I think, 3 or 4 auditions. That's it. Yeah, it took time, but I got it, and I was very, very happy.
So I want you to ask you, Dafi, how was your preparation for, being on the role of Hagit for Fauda? How much time did it take you? How you managed that?
Actually, I can do a spoiler because everyone.
Yes, you can do a spoiler, and we say now that it's an spoiler alert. We were preparing the people a week to watch the last season of Fauda. If someone didn't saw now the last season of Fauda, you can come back to the video. But yes, for making the best part,
after you finish the season, yeah.
Yes.
So actually, I think Hagit's character, I think she's a very, very strong character. A woman that is married to someone that works in the army, like Mista'arev. Mista'arev, it's the job in the army, which in the Israeli military, they disguise to an Arab person and go to carry out a military operation. So a person that is married to this kind of person needs to be strong and to have like very strong values about her country, because every time he walks out of the door, the odds that he will come back alive are not that big. And I think it's very hard to raise children and to go to sleep every night when he's not around and to think, where the hell is he? Yes. So I thought she has to be very strong. So I think I came to the character to be strong for Avichai when they kicked him out of the team. She was very strong for him, and I think she was also a bit happy that he was kicked out.
Yes, we could see that at that moment, it was like a magic moment when Avichai was back to the family. But you were like thinking when you need to represent this role about a woman that all the time needs to be strong in order to know that in any moment her husband can disappear from the house and you don't know what happened. And did you talk with any person that was in a similar situation? Did you know any person in a similar situation to thinking in how to represent Hagit? Did you have any support from the director?
So actually, because when you're an Israeli, unfortunately, the situation here is dramatic. So I think that everyone knows someone that lost someone in the military. I haven't spoken to a woman that lost her husband. Actually, I used my experiences in life from my life that happened to me. Like when I did this monologue after Avichai died, and when I talked about him, I just took situations from my life and thought about them. Thought about people who died in my life and people that I'm afraid that will die, and that's helped me to use my emotions very strongly.
Yes, and connect with them. You were telling me before that you had your own experience at the Tzaba, the Israeli army, as most of the Israel citizens, and you also had some experience of losing some closer people.
Yeah, I was in the Tzava, in the army in the Second Lebanon War.
Wow.
So yeah, I lost a lot of people that I know. Actually, not my closest friend or something, but yeah, every scene we need to repeat it a lot of times, and especially emotional scenes. But the production and the cast there is very, very professional, and the director, of course. So the atmosphere was very, very serious, and they gave me the opportunity to really concentrate and to think about what I want to think and to deliver what I want to deliver in the specific scene. So it was a really good atmosphere, as I said, to really to perform what I wanted to perform. So it's not that we did like 20 takes, no. And it's also pretty hard to do it again and again and again. So emotional.
I remember the last week, Lior Ras posted that the Fauda is one of the top series, for example, in Lebanon. And I understand that Fauda, it's one of the series that is not also so popular in Israel, or we can say in Argentina or in Latin America, but also in the rest of the Middle East. Why do you think that the people, for example, from Lebanon or from other Arab countries really, really like Fauda?
I think what Fauda does best is that you as a viewer at the series can really identify and have compassion and to understand both sides. You can understand the Palestinian side and the Israeli side. And I think that's what they do best. And you understand that this war, and I think any war, is you can identify with both sides all the time. That's why we shouldn't have wars.
Of course.
And I think the series touch in a very, very sensitive, problematic issue that a lot of places in the world, in the Arab world especially, is involved with this Palestinian-Israeli issue. So I think it touched it, and it touched it in a very sensitive way. And except from the great action and the great actors and the great writing, and it's a very sensitive issue.
Yes, of course.
Our conflict.
And I don't know
unfortunately for a too long time.
I don't know what's your perspective about, but that's the idea that there is not a good and a bad side, that every side has their feelings, their emotions, and
you can understand both sides.
Yes. And maybe the tragedy is you can understand both sides, and at the end you don't find any solution about this.
Yeah.
In some way.
I hope we will find a solution as soon as possible. But I think what we both need to understand is that there's not going to be a perfect solution. Probably we won't love each other and but we all want to live in peace. And
That's
yeah.
great. And do you think, for example, that people watching Fauda in Israel and in Lebanon or in different territories from Palestine may help them to understand better the other side, to maybe leave some part of the hate they can have? And
I really hope. I really hope. I feel that it did this for me, but I'm not the crowd for it, because I feel empathy and I understand the other side. Although I'm Israeli, and there's a lot of Israelis that can identify and understand the other side, the other sides, that they also have. They are right also. Um, but I really hope it helps other people also to understand the other side.
I hope so. There are many questions related about that. We have been also asking.
Mm-hmm.
One of the questions that I want to ask you that is here, it's Dafi, how was your experience working with the Fauda cast, with all the different people that was there? Some people were asking, are you friends? How is the relation between all of you?
My experience was very, very good. They are all very nice, and they were treating me very nicely when I, entered the set at my first day. So, and they are all really, really good friends. And I felt at home really fast. Yeah, they were very, very acceptable and nice, and yeah.
That's great. Somebody was asking, for example, that I know that is true, that Lior Ras already had a kind of experience, like was the Mistarabim, the group that you are representing in Fauda. I don't know. Somebody is asking if most of the actors had a previous experience. I don't know if you know that questions or not, like working
I,
in these kind of groups like you, Leo Russ.
Yeah, no, no. Most of them, they're all went to the army, I think. But I'm pretty sure that most of them didn't, haven't been in Mistarev, in this specific position in the army.
But just Leo Russ, yes, we can say that that was true, that he had that experience. And how was your connection with Leo Russ during the production of a series? Because he, in some way, in the personal life, he passed from being also a Mr. Abe, how do you say, in part of the
Mistarev.
Mr. Abe, and then he changed into being in the art scene. So how
Yeah.
was your relation with Leo Russ?
Um, Actually, we had a very good relationship.
Mm.
He's very nice. He's cute. He's not scary at all, and he's not very serious all the time. Um, and he also, I felt very, very, very easy with him. I did the auditions with him, and I felt really calm, and he let me feel very, very nice. And I don't find the words now. Um, Even in the auditions, even before I got the role, it was a really, really nice experience working with him. Yeah.
That's great. Another person were asking in what kind of social issues you are involved in Israel. I know we can say that we need from a social organization called CC, that it's really involved in the social sphere in Israel. But I'm sure you were telling me that you are involved in more fields. Maybe you want to tell us.
Um, Actually, so I have this event we worked on called People Who Usually Don't Lecture, who who put people in the center of a stage, like a TED Talk event, and they talk about how is it to be in their shoes. So we take people that are also like in the sides of the society, that people don't see them, if it's handicapped or just people that are, how do you say it, shkufim, people that you don't see, that you don't hear. So we put them on stage to tell their stories. And also in a part of a group called Have You Seen the Horizon Lately? That talks, it's also kind of a TED Talk, a big event of a TED Talk that puts on stage people that have a new solutions for the Palestinians-Israeli conflict.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a big event, and it happened 2 years already now, and in a few places in Israel. And just to give hope, that's the name, Have You Seen the Horizon Lately? To give hope to have a solution eventually for this conflict.
Yes, I can tell you that I enjoy having you as my coach in Israel. And then we replicate one of these events in a beautiful planetarium of Argentina that we call Historias que no son de estrellas, stories that are not from stars. And in some way, yes, I think like all we have been talking about, representing different characters and putting them into their shoes. It's something very important for the art scene, and also for making, yes, more understanding between the society.
Yeah, it increases empathy and understanding between people that will never meet probably.
Yes, yes, for sure. Here we have a funny question. Diana is saying if you have been growing up watching Chris Morena shows in Israel. Have you heard about that?
Sure. Sure. Actually, I've also participated when I was 12 or 13. We had a big מחזמר, no, the word. When I'll tell you the word, you'll be so surprised that I don't remember how to say it.
Here I can say you that also is watching the video, part of a team from musical, part of a team of
so we
Chris
had
Morena.
a big musical of Chiquititas, and yes. I played Lucia. Okay. So I really I seen everything, and I participated in a musical. So yes, it was very strong here in Israel when I grew up.
That's amazing. I can tell is watching you part of a staff of Chris Morena. That she told me she's really fan of you. So yes, and now it's on the other side. Now in Argentina we are enjoying the Israelis series.
Yeah.
Before you were enjoying the Argentinian series. So that's amazing. Let me check another questions that the people is doing. Flora is asking, many of the actors come from Arabic-speaking families, right? How do you think it is for Israeli Jews to speak Arabic at home? Do you speak Arabic, your friends?
Unfortunately, I don't speak Arabic. Most of the characters in Fauda had learned, some of them are Arabs, so they obviously speak Arabic, and some of them learned Arabic.
Wow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not a lot of people in Israel talk Arabic, but it's now a new wave of people that are trying to learn Arabic, and because it's really important. We live with a lot of Arabs that knows Hebrew.
Yes, I think it's part of a success because, for example, Emmy is asking why is Fauda a success for Arab people. and I think that half of a series is speaking in Arabic in a great way. I think
Yeah.
it makes it really, really more real. And another issue that some people is asking you about another future projects you may have, but before that, I must tell the people that you were in a very important role in an amazing film that was also broadcasted, and we can watch it in Argentina and different places in Latin America, that was called in Spanish Un novio para mi boda, la boreta kir. That was something completely different that we were talking about Fauda. And you had experience of working in a very religious scene and with a religious woman director. How was your experience at a beautiful, beautiful movie? I really like it, The Wedding Plan.
Actually, it was a very special experience. I wasn't playing a role of a religious woman. Actually, I was the only one who was secular. But it was very special to see. It's like a different culture for me as a secular, to see like even a religious wedding. It is so different from our weddings, and to understand the things that they do before they eat, before they eat bread, before they drink.
You were
I knew these things. Yeah, it's not that it was
yes,
because
yes.
I live in this country and I'm Jewish, but when you see it daily in your day life on the set, it's different. And it was very special, and it was very good experience to see it and to be a part of it. I learned a lot.
That's
And the
amazing.
director was
No, we
perfect.
can tell the people you were in the role of a secular sister, but always
Yeah,
supporting
right,
a very particular sister in all the trips, in all the things she wanted to do, and also supporting her in her religious journey. So in some
right.
way you were from the outside, but getting into the inside there. And how was how was the result and the commentaries of the people in Israel about that movie? Was your first important role in a mainstream movie?
Yeah, it was my first big role in the cinema, so it was very, very exciting for me to get this role, and it was kind of a big role, so I was very happy, and I really, really loved my character there.
Mm.
And people in Israel really loved the movie, and we went also to Venice to the
Wow.
festival there. So it's been a great era in my life, period in my life that I had a lot of like big events that I took part in, and it was fun.
You need to come to Argentina to present it. For the people that is asking, is the wedding plan in Spanish was called Un novio para mi boda, like to have the bride for the wedding. You know that the translation sometimes sucks when you
Yeah,
translate. Yes, the title of a movie. But it was really, really very well welcome from the people and also from the critics. So we really like it. And the people is asking, do you have before coronavirus and all this issue a next project for yourself?
actually, everything is stopped, so I don't really know what's going to happen uh, in general and at my career specifically. So I think it will take time. I did a few auditions before the coronavirus started. Um, so I'm waiting for answers, and everything it will take time. Everything delayed. Um, So I don't really know now, but I hope
No,
in
no,
the
nobody knows about any life.
yeah, nobody knows.
Talking. Yes.
Actually, when we finish this interview, I'm going to a big demonstration here in Tel Aviv about the culture art situation in Israel, because we don't work and we don't have any program to get back on working, and a lot of people didn't get any money, and it's a big mess here. So
Yes, I imagine like it's happening in many countries.
I'm
So
sure,
you are you allowed in Israel now to do a big demonstrations?
protest. So we are allowed to do it, all of us with masks,
Okay,
and be like 2 meters from each other.
okay.
But we couldn't go out like if it was a week ago. But now we can. But again, to keep the rules, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of police there, and it's not gonna be like
And,
a regular day. No.
and are you asking for the government to do something for supporting the art scene?
Yeah, yeah, the art scene, and all the people from the art scene that are now has no job, and they don't get any money or any program for coming back to work, to any support.
The other question
Thank
that some people were saying before is, do you know if there is gonna be? I understand that yes, a next season of Fauda.
There's gonna be a fourth season of Fauda. Yes,
Wow.
it will take time, I guess, but yeah, there's gonna be another season.
Mm.
It's funny because people send me messages on Instagram or on Facebook. That's the most common question.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever been in South America, Daffy?
Yes, I've been in South America. I never been in Argentina, unfortunately. And
Okay.
actually, we were supposed to come to Argentina this summer, me and my husband. And now, we probably won't come, but we planned a big trip to Argentina, to Guatemala. But I've been in Guatemala, in Costa Rica, in Panama more than once. In Mexico, I've
Okay.
been twice or so. Yeah.
That's amazing. See, there is a last question. Some people were
Sure.
answering, but I don't know if you want to say something. The scenes that were supposed to be in Gaza, I understand that were recorded in other scenarios in Israel, not in the real Gaza. Is it right?
No. Yeah. Not in real Gaza. You can't really shoot in Gaza. The
Yes.
situation is not.
Not so, yes, not so healthy or so friendly for,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
recording there in Gaza. So we can say it wasn't shoot in Gaza, but yes, it appeared to be real Gaza.
yeah, yeah.
So Dafi, I want to really thank you. It was great to meet you virtually again. We welcome you in Buenos Aires, in Latin America. We are open to do many things, and if there is anything we can do for supporting the art scene in Israel, let us know. And it was amazing to have this opportunity for conversation.
Thank you so much.
Mm.
It was exciting for me to talk to you and to hear all of your questions. Really, it's really exciting. Thank you very much.